top of the pack. I still got two big balls in my big nut sack. Feel my bumper like I'm bumper, sent you to the back. Just like your mama, cause she loves it in the crack. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Down in 12 packs, man, so obscene. Got my mullet fresh cut and my bush light. Gonna get some bitches I know for sure tonight. Turning left, hitting the gas, I gotta set my sights. When I win, I'm going in on your mom tonight. Bitch, pop that ass, come to green. Bitch, pop that ass, come to its pace. Must embrace each moment with patience to race. The rush to the finish only steals today's light. Slow down, breathe, let life's course feel right. Turning in circles like how life flows. Spinning through the highs, spiraling to the lows. Caught in the cycles where time gently bends. Life's dance in motion with uncertain winds. Wondering how I got here, lost in a whirlwind of dreams. Searching the clouds for answers in abstract streams. What lies ahead? A mystery cloaked in night. Facing the unknown dawn, holding on to hold tight. Turning in circles like how life flows. Spinning through the highs, spiraling to the lows. Caught in the cycles where time gently bends. Life stands in motion with uncertain winds.
Welcome everyone to tonight's program for the Coke 300 for the Gears Cup Series right here at Casa de la Horseboat. I am Tom Torrey, aka the Horseboat. In about 5 minutes, we'll go over everything you need to know and hear before we get into qualifying. But tonight we have patriotic theme schemes with Charlotte being here this week. We are at Charlotte this week as well on iRacing. So again, NASCAR schedule is the Coke 600. We have the Coke 300. Week off next week. And then the following week will be Monza. We're going to Italy. Points coming up in 5 minutes. All right, everyone, welcome into this Monday night rendition of the Gears Cup Series for the Gears Racing League. Again, I am Tom Toria, a.k.a. the Horseboat, calling all the action all season long. It is May 19th here on the docket, race 11 of 25 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coke 300, sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. Again, hello and welcome in here tonight for this week's program. I am happy as hell to be here at Charlotte Week which means we will be down in Charlotte, North Carolina in real life starting midweek this week. Again, happy to have you. Got some news we want to break in regards to that. A lot of us already know, but let's talk about the schedule coming up here. The schedule. All right, so tonight, May 19th, we are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And then next week, we have the week off just so we can rehab from Charlotte because there's going to be a lot of partying, a lot of great things going on. Hey, Bug Boo, how you doing? Going to be a lot of great things out there again. A lot of our guys going to be in Gears shirts, Gears paraphernalia. So, again, if you see them down there, give them a fist bump, give them a middle finger, give them a high five, give them a beer. Do something for them as they're there. But 2 weeks from tonight, we will be in Monza, and most likely my POV, Brayton Laster, has said that he is going to commentate while I am racing, so keep an eye out for that. Looks like that is going to happen. Hopefully we get him booked in here. I'm trying to close that in here shortly. And then 3 weeks from tonight, we'll be at Darlington, the track that is too tough to tame. Now, going into the points, after 10 races of 25, if the playoffs began today, the highlighted portion in blue, your drivers would be in. Now, there is 2 wild cards. We're not going to get into that yet. We'll get into there as we get closer. But as the playoff format is starting to take shape, this is what you're looking at. You got Colby Hogan with 3 wins on the year, 621 points. Mike DeWalt in second with 101 points back. Gary Owen in third, Aiden Donahue in fourth, and Min Hang in fifth. Followed by Joseph Stafford, Skylar Comstock, Brad Gutierrez, Jesse Becker, and Connor Rowe. Just outside, not making the cut, Ryan Robertson, Travis Stroney, Eric Sable, Jay Cook, and Jonathan Militia. Your biggest mover here from last week to this week, Back Row Motorsports driver Jeremy Eshelman moving up 5 spots to 19th. And the biggest loser from RGR looks like Brad Gutierrez, down 4 spots this week. So again, that is great for Jeremy, not so great for Brad, but it looks like he's going to be all right for now. But again, Coke 300 sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. Again, give them a shout. Google them. Google Refuge Medical Training. If you need any training or supplies, they can hook you up with that as well. Again, always happy to have them when they come on board for our partnerships and sponsorships. Again, big news here tonight, this week, Friday night, for the General Tire 150 for the ARCA Series. Brayton Laster has premiered this car for us. We are on the hood for Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to be able to see that puppy take shape, finally coming to fruition. It's been kind of a dream of ours on the admin side, but again, our continued partnership with Brayton Laster as the Gears Racing League is on the hood for the General Tire 150. Check it out Friday, May 23rd at 5 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. And then not only that, ladies and gentlemen, we also, getting excited here, because of our partnership, we will actually be on the pit crew. We'll be on the shirts. And again, you're going to be able to get those there as well. Go to BraytonLaster.com. Again, they're $45 if you're at the track. I don't know if we can use the promo code or not. So I'm not going to share it now. If somebody can share it with me later, maybe we could use that. You can pick it up at the track. But again, Brayton Laster, again, $45. Get that Gears Racing League on the back. Looking good, that Peerless pump. Again, always give our buddy Brayton Laster a follow on X or Twitter at The One Pizza Man, and check him out and check our car out Friday night, May 23rd at 5 p.m. Central, only on Fox Sports 1. Drivers are now hitting the pits, getting in gear, getting ready for tonight's action, and I hope you're just as excited as I am about all of that as we are heading closer to race time. Again, I don't know if we have a full field tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that we do, so it looks like everybody's going to be safe here for qualifying. In the chat, give me a person you'd like to see on the qualifying, on the time here that we have. Let me know who you'd like to see, and we'll get him some TV time. Again, Storm Motorsports in the house. I see Road Soda. See a lot of good variation of teams. It might be our first race this season where we don't get to 40 drivers, but that's all right. That's not a bad thing. Let's go to a guy who's been real fast lately in the 11 car MH Designs machine of Min Hang. Again, Min Hang, a good driver, a guy that I like a lot. He's very talented. Getting ready to take his first lap around Charlotte. And here we go, Min Hang, lap 1, right here for the Coke 300 qualifying. Oh, you can hear the tires get a little loose. Come out of 2. He's going to be okay with it, but he's going to have to go forward. Joe Stafford with a 29.95 right now, your best bet, and on the pole. See those numbers coming across. Connor Rowe now 29.93. Min Hang's time not going to be bueno, but he's going to have to live with it. Time 1's going to be a 31.05. He can do better than that. Going low into 1 and 2. Sounds a lot better than it did lap 1. He's going to be all right for the moment. Yeah, these next-gen cars want to get loose coming out of 2 and out of 4. A lot easier than other cars. Lap number 2 for Min Hang looks like it's going to be a 29.78 and on the pole, but he's going to almost wreck her. Going to be okay. Let's see who else we can look at here. Christian Taylor, Storm Motorsports. Ooh, looking sexy in that car. Lap number 1 for Christian Taylor is going to be a 29.87. Michelob Ultra sponsored machine, looking beautiful. Red, white, and blue, stars and stripes. 96 looking hot here tonight. Going for lap number 2, currently 8th. 29.97, looks like that is going to be the one. Mike DeWalt now, lap 1 for him. Right now, your pole sitter, Eric Sable, with a 29.71. Coming through 3 and 4 up through the Trioval, Mike DeWalt. Can he make his second lap, or excuse me, his first lap? Here looks like 29.94, good enough for 17th. And now I was going to say, could he make his second lap better than his first here as he comes down the backstretch? And Mike DeWalt on a winless streak. Last one, I believe, was at the Milwaukee Mile 2 years ago. Lap number 2, 29.90, good enough for 11th. Looks like anybody who's here is going to make the show. Looks like HB Drink Time has been submitted. I didn't even set my camera up yet this week. Catching me off guard, but I got you. Don't worry, boo. Give me just 1 minute and we'll make that happen. see if my camera works here. Oh, it's not working, is it? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't know if we're going to get to have it this week here, ladies and gentlemen. Try it again. I don't know if I turn it on enough. Yeah, for whatever reason, it isn't working right now, so I'm not going to accept a drink time, but I will take a drink for you. So you keep your points. But it looks like we are all set and ready to go. Eric Sable going to be your pole sitter when we get ready to rock. Go ahead and grab a beverage. Get ready. You got 2 minutes and 20 seconds until the start of the Coke 300. High above from the meandyourmom.com blimp cam as we are almost underway for the Coke 300. 200 laps here tonight will decide the winner. In one of our longer events of the season, this will be a monumental event, and the person who wins is going to be exhausted, but they will also be elated. A win, especially if you're outside of the top 10, as I mentioned here in points, and I'll flash that real quick. You look at the outside window. Eric Sable would be in, I would think, as a wild card because he has a win. And then maybe the guy with the highest points, like Ryan Robertson, would be technically in my thinking. Again, that has to be explained to me because I'm an idiot about this kind of stuff. But right now, that would be the two wild cards. So if you're one of those guys on the outside of that top 10 that doesn't have a win, getting a win here tonight would be monumental in your efforts. And definitely one of those things where it could catapult you to the next level. And that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. We are getting ready because we want to be green flag racing for the Coke 300 coming up next here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. If you need your ass some medical training, call Refuge Medical Training. Look them up on Google and get yourself trained, whether it's CPR, fire protection, hell, any kind of protection. We're not going there. Give them a buzz. Again, Refuge Medical Training, the sponsor for tonight. Again, as we head into the evening here in Charlotte, the cars are going to hit the grid, and we are going to grid walk in just a moment. All right, we're going to get through it because when they get gridded up and they get rolling pretty fast. So here on the front row here tonight, the 30 of Eric Sable, on the outside of him, the 10 of Colby Hogan. In row number 2, we have the 8 of Keaton Salyers and the 11 of Min Hang. In row number 3, we have Jeremy Escherman in the 38, and in the 82, Aiden Showtime Donahue. In row 4, we have the 5 of Connor Rowe and the 96 of Christian Taylor. In row 5, we have the 94 of Jay Cook and the 87 of Gary Owen. In row 6, we have the 20 of Mike DeWalt and the 26 of Fortson Poston. In row 7, we have the 28 of Skylar Comstock and the 41 of Chris Bishop. In row 8, we have the 43 of Josh Cole and the 97 of Jesse Becker. In row 9, we have the 14 of Travis Stroney and the 83 of Justin Potts. And in row 10, we have the 57 of Joe Stafford and the 45 of Jacob Malone, appearing as the number 60. In row 11, we have the 4 of Nicholas Van Emmer, the 6 of Blake Schneider. Row 12, Jonathan Militia, Frank Warner, Robert Rossello, and Ryan Robertson, and everybody's getting going right now. We have Kyle Munson, Andrew Allen, William Hitzman, Floyd Stewart, Nate Williams, Jason Harrison, Brad Gutierrez, Jack Stanley, Joseph Enright, Matt Albert, and last but not least, Stephen Jr. So again, I like to get through them relatively quickly because that's how quickly they roll, but that's all right. That's all right. Again, 200 laps. They have 6 tire sets. 1 they brung, and then 5 behind the wall. It will definitely be interesting here tonight if we can get a new Gears Cup Series winner. Maybe a first-time winner. We will see. Again, pace car lights are off, and you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to get the green flag racing. Get the Coke 300, sponsored by Refuge Medical Training, here live at Casa de la Horseboat, right here, right now. Flagman says, let's get this party started. Bitch, pop that ass. Coming to green. So far, Eric Hayden, our leader. They're exiting out of turn 4. He's going to lead the first lap of the Coke 300. Again, first-time winner just a couple weeks ago. I believe last week. Now out in front leading again, a good, strong car. We got 3 wide mid-pack, and somebody just hit the wall. Oh, we see it again. There's lots of stuff going on. Lots of beating and banging. Jacob Malone almost sent Josh Cole to heaven. As articulate as I can be at the moment. Connor Rowe to the inside of the 38, Jeremy Escherman, and we still have smoke on the backstretch. Looks like Ryan Robertson has entered pit lane. Something has happened with the deuce. Hopefully he can just get back out there, get back involved, but it looks like he is in the pits and is going to be attended to. Eric Sable in the front pit, Hank Keaton Salyers, Colby Hogan, and Gary Owen, your top 5. And there's a lot of beating and banging here early. Charlotte is a track that when you get iRacing, you get it for free, so you get to check it out and enjoy it. Especially with these street stocks, they can be a ball. Again, these next-gen cars, they are a blast to drive. Right on board with the 28 of Skylar Comstock in that Bud King of Beers machine. Looking good in that 28 car here tonight. As they begin to single file out. Jonathan Militia in the 69. It was reported here tonight. Looks like he might be spotting for Brayton Laster here Friday night for the General Tire 150. Pretty fucking dope. Congratulations, Jonathan Wilson. Hopefully you can spot better than you drive a race car. Just kidding, as always. Robert Rosello Jr. was a late bloomer for this race. Again, this race has a lot of meaning to him. Got a car that is dedicated to a friend of his he lost in the heat of battle. At least if I'm getting my story straight. Again, had to have a health issue, or had a health thing come up. Wasn't sure if he was going to make it. He's here tonight, cruising around at 23rd. Happy to have you, Rob Rosello Jr. Back in the field, the Carvana 84, Brad Gutierrez. When, boy, when? When are you going to get a win? Kyle Munson hasn't sniffed first place in the checkered flag since he won duel number 1 back at Daytona. That Natural Ice 18 must have signed on all year long because that's the only car I've seen him in. High alcohol percentage must keep him loaded. Heard he's very self-conscious about his driving. DeWalt car says, get her done, Mike. Let's ride on board with Mike. That is Mr. DeWalt. I don't know if he is. If he's not, let's ride on board with him. Mike DeWalt, give him some TV time. Again, one of the guys going to be in Charlotte. Hopefully you give him some love if you can meet him here, Mike DeWalt. You know, you never know. He might be down in pits working on the car. Again, big week for us, and we have a caution. Let's find out what happened. Looks like Ryan Robertson has crashed. Let's see what has happened. I am afraid about this one, but let's bring up the music. See what happened here. You already see some smoke. Yeah, he just barks at stops and toes. So I'm not sure what that was all about. Back that up a little bit further, see what else happened. Looks like he just came out of pit lane. Everything seemed to be fine. Yeah, just pulled it over. Looks like pulled it over and parked it. Yeah, it looks like something was still wrong in that 2 car. Instead of bringing it out on the track, he decided to park it. Smart move. Can't hate on him for that. A sea of those in pit lane right now. Looks like we have a couple. Let's see, Ryan Robertson. I don't know if we should talk to him or not. No, we're probably going to pass on talking to him. Looks like, sounds like he's upset. Something happened. There you go, Keaton Salyers now. Your leader as we get back to green flag action. And we have another lap after this one to go back at it. Oh, wow. Something just happened to my computer where it decided it wanted to be fun. So that's exciting for all of us, I would imagine. Yeah. Well. All right. Well, we'll deal with that. That's not a big deal. We'll figure that part out. That is fine. We'll work through it together. We're adults. We'll figure it out. Oh, probably don't want to do that though. There we go. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see everything. Everything looks good. I don't know what the hell happened there, but it happened. It is a bummer to see, especially Ryan Robertson exit early like that. Not sure what happened. Hopefully we'll get to hear the other side of it later. But at the moment, this is where it stands. Keaton Salyers and Colby Hogan, row 1. Ben Hank on a row 2. Gary Owen and Jay Cook, row 3. Fortson Poston and Jeremy Eshelman, row 4. And rounding out your top 10 and in row 5, Jacob Malone and Chris Bishop. Again, after this week, we will have a week off, and then June 2nd, we will be at Monza. I don't know. I'm debating on racing it. I would like to race it. But I know these boys want Monza covered. But I just feel like, I don't know. I love that race. I love it. And here we go. Pace car is off. Coke 300, sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. Back in action, 8 having control in the restart zone. And here we go. And he's gone. And he's back.
Caution. How you doing there, homeboy?
And Jonathan for action, it looks like. So let's back that ass up and see what we can find. Oh, no. Pay attention to 69 here. I don't know where he is. Let's go to blimp cam mode. There he is. Looks like he's getting teabagged by the 82 and the 7. So let's see this wiener punch action. Oh, yeah, 19 just did not go. Looks like William Hitzman just did not go. Let's see this from the back. So it looks like, and let's go pull up by the 19. Let's see what happened here. Green flag, green, green, green. He's like, yeah, I'll probably go sometime. Oh my God, and then Militia taking Nate Williams with him into the wall. Just a bitch of an incident right there. I'd be a little upset. We'll back it up one more time. Again, this is the view from the hood of Jonathan Militia. Again, grouping up as you should on the restart. And if somebody doesn't go, again, you can change lanes only if there's an accident. Again, he didn't have enough time to react. Joseph Enright's like, yeah, no, bro, I'm taking you to the cleaners, which I'm sure he didn't do on purpose, obviously. But that would put a bad taste in my mouth for sure. Again, too early cautions. Kind of expected it. Charlotte is a really racy track. Some people will be disappointed early, as I've seen so far, and that's okay. You know, accidents, you know, I guess at the end of the day what I'm trying to say is accidents will happen. It doesn't matter what track, what week, what league you're in. It's going to happen to everybody. Base Puppy says 9 minutes of optional off of that. Yeah, I mean, who claimed that? Did the 19 claim that? Because if not, he probably should have. They are re-racking. Keaton Salyers, Min Hang, row 1, row 2. Colby Hogan, Gary Owen. Row 3, Connor Rowe, Fortson Poston, Jay Cook, Jacob Malone, Jeremy Eshelman, and Chris Bishop, your top 10. In 2 early cautions. But not too bad. TA Broadcasting, what is up, amigo? What is up? Bitch, pop that ass. Coming to green. Somebody's getting their cheeks clapped here tonight.
On the scene, she's
Again, pace car lights are off. Keaton Salyers in the Valvoline red, white, and blue Ford machine. Get us into the green the Geico restart zone. And here we go.
Green flag.
Again, 2x2 they go. It's a little blimp cam action. And love or hate the blimp cam, it has its use. Especially here in Charlotte, there's a lot going on at one time as these guys get reestablished up here near the front. We got a blinker with, I don't know whoever the hell that was. It was Keaton Salyers again with Minhang out in front. Taking it to the limit to the inside goes Keaton in the 8 car. A lot of crazy action happening in the back. Christian Taylor had to dip low, making it 3 wide, going into 3 and 4. Excuse me, that was Greg Gutierrez dipping low. Let's ride on board with the 96 of Christian Taylor just so you can see how crazy it is here right now in Charlotte. And these guys are going fucking at it. Donahue to the inside of the 88 of Andrew Allen. This is for 22nd. But again, tonight starts literally the second half of the season. You get that week off coming up here, which I think after tonight, they're going to need. Wide for the tri-oval between the 82, the 20, and the 29. The 25 quarter. Again, guys like Mike DeWalt here, as you see in 21st, got to make a big push. He's in second right now on points, but a win would help a lot here in the next 10 races before we get into the playoffs. Again, Colby Hogan is 101 points to the good. He is also now your leader out in front. Looks like Nate Williams getting his optional fixed and getting it back out. And a guy making a charge now, 20 spots from where he began. Brad Gutierrez in that 84 car now up to 14. Brad Big personality, a guy that make you laugh until you cry or piss your pants. And needs a big win on the 2025 season. That would help him greatly. Logan and Rowe, 1 and 2. Gary Owen, the Canadian sensation in that 87 target machine, wants to get his first win in Gears Bad and has a big YouTube following. And it's a delight to talk to. Good personality. Guy I'd recommend my kids to watch. Just a good talent overall, and you can see he has speed that kills. Currently in third, but it looks like he's just hanging out there. Again, Min Hang, always a threat in fourth. Fortson posted. Rookie on iRacing, but not a rookie in Gears. Has been here since the very beginning. Oh, looks like somebody hit the wall there, maybe the 87. But this 26 car, he's been around for quite some time. He's a young guy. When we made the move from console to PC, he did not make the jump right away. But as he continued to see our growth and success, he has come over and decided to get involved, and what a talent to have on your roster, folks. Very good talent. Travis Stroney and Josh Cole, two teammates, I believe, running in 6th and 7th. Everything going to plan so far here this Monday night. As we go or get to 30 laps in, looks like they are going to encounter Nate Williams, I believe, lap traffic. This is a good time to introduce our first Loose and Loud of the evening, again sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. Again, thank you, Refuge Medical Training, for sponsoring the Gears Racing League and the Gears Cup Series. Do it without you guys. Again, Refuge Medical Training for tonight's Loose and Loud right here at Casa de la Horse. shout out and thank you to C Hot Live and Timmy Slides for the latest follow. Bringing you back in now out of that loose and loud again. Took you all over, a little bit all over the track. Give you a little taste of the battles that happen again from first all the way back to about 38th. You have battles. Right now you're seeing a battle, looks like for 21st. Chris Bishop, Jason Harrison, and Nicholas Van Evert right there. Muntz kind of leading that group. Andrew Allen just hitting that wall. Colby Hogan, your leader here still. Right now with Min Hang, Connor Rowan, Eric Sable, and Gary Owen, your top five. Brad Gutierrez, Fortson Poston, Jesse Becker, Josh Cole, and Jay Cook rounding out your top 10. Again, they got about 45 laps of fuel on a full run. But again, we've had a couple cautions. That may skew things. We may not see these guys come in until maybe lap 55, lap 60. So, again, just want to point out in the chat, if you are watching, again, if you sub in commercial previewing, I don't get paid to do this. So subs are the only way I earn anything. So again, your sub supports the stream. It goes right back into it, what I can do. Again, appreciate all the support that you have. Again, Timmy Slides, C Hot Live, thank you for the latest follows. I do appreciate that sincerely. Again, Hogan, Hang, Rose, Sable, and Gutierrez, your top five. Gutierrez, your biggest gainer here tonight so far. Started 34th, has worked his way up into 5th. That 84 machine is going and is going strong. Again, we didn't really talk to anybody on the pre-race show. I would imagine if we talked to him, he wouldn't have felt great early on. I think maybe he had a bad qualifying time or a bad qualifying run, I should say. But nevertheless, he is a skilled driver, and skilled drivers always seem to persevere. Again, almost a quarter way home of one of the longest races on the Gears Cup Series schedule. Tomorrow night, over on the Base Puppy on Twitch TV, or Base Puppies Network there. He has, looks like, at Road America for the Road Soda 100. Again, that is a first race of the playoffs. Be sure to be there. Don't miss it. That's going to be a good one. I don't know if I'm racing or not yet. Really haven't given it much thought just yet. Again, go over there for the Road Soda 100. Same bat time, same bat channel over at twitch.tv/basepuppy. Get you a link here later in the program. Man, Colby Hogan out to greener pastures. 3 wins on the year, looking for win at number 4. Looks like somebody is in danger of going a lap down. He says, nah, I'm going to hit pit road. Hope he doesn't get nailed for speeding. Looks like he's going to be okay. Eric Sable presumes the lead, or resumes the lead. 30 Blue Moon machine, low-key, one of my favorite cars, one of my favorite schemes out on the track this season. You're right, he did come in hot. Second. He is moving. Make sure your alerts are on. In pit cycle here, first one of the day, legitimately. Again, I thought it'd be lap 55, lap 60. We would see in guys in. Jay Cook, Joe Stafford, Fortson Poston now in. Frank Warner now in, Justin Potts as well. Some strategy taking play at this point. Have a drink. Yeah, I shall. Thank you for suggesting that. Sable's still out there working it, girlfriend. Brad Gutierrez right behind him. Right on the hood with Brad Gutierrez. Brad, I know I give him a hard time a lot. But the young man does have insatiable skill to drive the race car. He met F1 star Carlos Sainz a few weeks ago. Doing an F1 event that he just prepared for out of his ass and was able to beat him. Sunstein asked a couple questions. That's a very cool experience, a very rare meeting with a young man like Carlos Sainz. Sainz, again, if you're unfamiliar, a Formula One driver. Drives in wonderful Grand Prix, 3 cars, use tracks and streets all over the world against some of the best drivers in the world in road course racing. To the inside, Brad Gutierrez goes for the ride on board as he makes the pass. Okay, our side side-by-side for the lead, and we are right in between it. We're like an Oreo. Oh my God, we are so in the middle. We're like the third wheel, too hot and heavy days. This is a good battle for the lead, ladies and gentlemen, and they are getting low on the fuel. So again, this is all for show, I believe. But a good battle here up in front, I do declare. Min Hank says, that sounds like a great time. I might be a lap down, but I'll get involved. Again, looks like Eric Sable in the 30 and the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. Looks like Donahue, Comstock, DeWalt, Albert, Van Hebert, Munson, and Allen. All of those have yet to hit in this pit cycle. These guys continue to pursue each other around the track. Here we go with another battle. Looks like the 82 and the 28. 28 says, nah, fam, I'm hitting the pits. Brad Gutierrez as well. RGR fam in the pit right now. Nicholas Van Hemert in the pits as well. Finally having enough. Eric Sable still out there, at least this time around. And this is where I felt like most people would pit, would be around 55, 60. Here comes the leader, Eric Sable. Eric Sable entering pit lane. Aiden Donahue taking the lead. Aiden Donahue, one of those guys as well, 3-race winner this year. Very talented driver in that THD Designs machine. 82, what do you do? He wins races. And currently fourth for Fast Living Motorsports. Don't know what the hell is going on with my connection here tonight. That's got to be me. Matt Albert now out in front and leading some laps. Again, a guy who is gone due to employment. Man who's got a good job. And now back in the hot seat on a little vacay, a little sabbatical, we'll say. Your leader right now, letting everybody go by that's a lap down, tipping the cap to him. He's leading some laps here at Charlotte, that 61 machine. Hopefully he cashed in those Trudeau bucks before they expired. He is having a great run here tonight so far. Started 36th, now your lead. Gonna hit pit road, presumably. Yes, he will. And that'll do it for him. But that Ally car, a good showing for Matt. And welcome back. It's good to see him back in the car, although I think he was here last week. Kyle Munson now your leader.
Caution, caution.
And we have
Okay,
a yellow
tell me what you think you
flag.
had there.
Not sure. Looks like Nate Williams and William Hitzman involved. Oh, yeah, look at that. We're going to pick that up where they had it. Let's see how they did it. All right, so the 19, that orange Home Depot, pay attention, and that 17, black and purple Ford Mustang. We're going to go full speed, see what we got. Oh, Keaton Salyer's involved as well. Little pinch, and just, riding down the way they go. Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to happen. Shit happens when you party naked. Again, connection issues tonight. Not sure what the hell's going on with that, but it looks like in this turn, You wouldn't think that this would happen right here, right? And then you play and see the accordion effect. Looks like Salyers just had a good run. Hitzman had to pay for it, putting him up into the 17. Again, for those who didn't pit, this is a blessing for them. They're going to be able to get in, get a new fresh set, be able to talk about things with their spotter, their crew chief. Good time for you to get a beverage. Get something in that tum-tum. Get ready to get back to Green Flag Racing here in a couple short laps. Let's go to it. Take a quick break, and we'll be right back for the Coke 300 right here on Casa de la Horseboat. All right, here, Colby Hogan and Min hang row 1 to bring it back to Green Flag action. Andy Bisek, a.k.a. Trenoir, is in the booth with me now. Trenoir, how are you feeling there, bro?
What is up, Horseboat and the party people out there in the viewing audience?
You were probably really loud for our audience, so I do apologize for that.
We're going to pull that back a little bit.
No, I had to do it. It was my fault. I turned off my sound bar. But
Just
no big
blasting
deal.
people with Andy.
Yeah, just finger blasting people with that. All right, pace car is going to be off. We're going to get set and back to Green Flag action for the Coke 300. Let's do some.
Green
Never
flag.
mind. Here we go. Green Flag action. Right here again. Sponsored tonight. Refuge Medical Training. We already got somebody fitting in the back. Who the hell was that?
Oh, getting a little saucy.
I don't know who that was, but that was pretty funny. I can't figure it. Looks like, I don't know if it's Keaton Salyers. I don't know if that was. I think it was Jacob Malone. Let's back that ass up and see if that was him, because I think it was. Yeah. As soon as they got going, look at this. Green. Jacob Malone's like, oh, I'm just going to get fender bended. That was a human centipede of action, so I can't hit on Malone too much. So we'll leave it there as Hogan leading a thirsty set of cars down the track right now. It is fair to say, Trent, Coke 300 has been an intense affair here so far. Right on board with
Yeah, I only got in like about 10-15 minutes ago or so, but it's been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, it has been really good. Especially from the top. We had a couple of early cautions, but nothing too severe. Good racing here tonight. Again, mid-season for some of these drivers. Again, if you're unfamiliar with what has transpired from last year to this year, we've gone from 33 races on the year to 25, so it's 8 races less. Again, we had 9 races, something like that last year to that effect, where we had a playoff format with eliminations. We're done with that. We don't do that anymore either. So once we're done, we're 20 races in, that's going to call it as we get into the playoffs, and then it's going to be a 5-race event to the finish. There's no eliminations. It is a top 10 plus 2 wild cards getting in for that event. So it's going to be pretty cool. We're excited to bring that on. And then we have awards here at the end of the year for Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Driver, and things of that nature. So we're really excited to do that. Have a little award show. I don't know if we're going to do that live, but, you know, maybe we got to get a, maybe maybe some bow ties, maybe a little tuxedo t-shirt action. I don't know. We'll have to talk about there as we go through. Stack Janton 98, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Tyler S. redeemed HB drink time. I've been drinking all night. I'm going to give that back to you because my camera isn't working for whatever reason. It's just not doing it here tonight. But I will do a drink for you. Please know I have you in my T's and P's here tonight. Look who is out in front. The Carvana 84, Brad Gutierrez. Again, one of my favorites to talk to. You might know that if you follow my program long enough. This guy just fucks. But I mean in the cars, not with the ladies. Seems to fumble that bet. But out in front for the Coke 300, that 84 Carvana machine. Killing it right now. You're going to watch that back and be like, Tom, why you got to throw me astray like that? And I apologize. I apologize right now. It just kind of rolled off the tongue. We'll play repo. We'll forget about it. Actually, Andy, I've got some cool things you may even like. I know repo's not really your game, but some cool things I've learned about repo here in the last 24 hours. Is it what?
And what's that? What's that? What did you learn?
We won't get into that. We'll do that on. I got like 3 things I could talk about. We're not going to get
into
I
see. Okay.
Eric Sable trying to challenge for the lead. Getting ever so closer to the halfway point. Brad Gutierrez holding him off for the moment. Aiden Donahue inserting himself into the situation. Emphasis on insertion.
That's what she said.
That's one of my favorite actors of all time, Steve Carell. That guy, you can hate him, love him, or hate him. He plays an idiot really well. He really challenges my IQ.
Steve Carell?
Steve Carell, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
You know, he's so funny, man. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Little Miss Sunshine.
I have not seen that one.
He plays an uncle that was an ex-convict getting out of prison.
Okay.
While his niece was trying to be like a, one of those child star, like, runway, whatever, pageant model lady, whatever. Really funny movie. Little League. Grandpa dies on the trip. It's really funny. They stuff him in the back seat in the trunk. Again, that's a movie, not real life, folks. Not real life. I wouldn't be down for that.
It's definitely no for me.
Again, Little Miss Sunshine, good movie. Brad Gutierrez out in front, but they got a pack of wolves behind him with Eric Sable and Aiden Donahue behind him. Colby Hogan and Joe Stafford in 5th. Min Hang, Josh Cole, Mike DeWalt, Steven Jr., and Jesse Becker rounding out your top 10. Shout out to the 97 Storm Motorsports machine, Jesse Becker, right on board with him. He said in the chat he didn't think like he would win, but he's a decent car here tonight. But we're going to cut it back to the front because it looks like Eric Sable is challenging for the lead side by side. 2 dudes, 1 cookie sheet happening right now. Bug booth, we got to get you in the booth. Donahue all over the back end of that 30 car. Trying to make it happen, Captain. Donahue again, 3 wins on the year. Sable with 1, Brad with 0. I just wanted to point that out to let everybody know Brad has 0 wins.
Another one.
Just keep dunking on him.
Another one.
See, the thing is, Brad, I don't think he streams, and he should. Because he could dunk on my ass all day. But, you know, I got a platform. I got to use it. And if dunking on Brad qualifies for entertainment, I'm all for it. And I'll do that shit for free. Colby Hogan stalking out back and forth. He is about 2.5 seconds away from the leader. Doing everything he can. These guys are battling side by side right now, so that helps him out greatly. Then you got Mike DeWalt. Mike D's nuts. DeWalt. Again, if you are at Charlotte Motor Speedway for any of the races this week in Charlotte, North Carolina, there will be at least a dozen, maybe more Gears employees down at the track. If you see them, say hello. Hell, ask for their autograph. Make them feel cool. I don't know. I wanted to be there this year. I don't know, Trent. Maybe you and I need to make the trip down to Charlotte next year for 2026.
Dude, that sounds like a blast.
Dude, they go all out. They rent an Airbnb. They do the whole 9. Like, I was going to go with them. It just didn't work out because I thought I was going to have some work things going on, which is still very much in place, so I had to back out. But they do it right. Again, they hang out with some of the ARC Series elite. And when I mean elite, I mean Brayton Laster, because he's probably one of the coolest fucking dudes you could ever meet. But again, you get pit road access there. Again, Jonathan Militia lives down in that area, in that Mooresville area. Treat you, if you're in Gears, man, he treats you like your family. He's Italian like me, man, so if you're in this, your family, you're home. I know you, you're good. You steal from me, you're dead, though. That's the thing. Riding on board with Jay Cook. Getting his perspective as we're lap 86 of 200 in the thick of it. Right now, currently in 15th position. Again, Charlotte is awesome for the Coke 600. Again, typically gets rained out or rain happens just because of how it's booked in that time of year. For some reason, North Carolina likes to disappoint, even though Coke 600 is one of the coolest days of the year. And fun fact, and Andy, I don't know if this might get you amped about wanting to go on that trip. Aiden Donahue is our new leader, by the way. As a lot of the shops in NASCAR are located in the area around Charlotte, North Carolina. So they open up their shops when the Coke 600 is around. People travel from miles around to go to these shops. Most of the shops are open for free to tour and to check out, and they sell like side panels or front nose clips or rear ends of cars from previous races for people to take home. That's one of the things. Like, I wanted to go visit RCR. I'm a big Richard Childress fan of the earlier generation. It would be so cool to tour that place and see some of that and see, NASCAR Hall of Fame, which is around that area as well. So it's kind of like NASCAR's Hollow Ground. One of those bucket list things if you're a stock car racing fan.
It sounds like one heck of a time, man.
One of those things where you
It
may
really
need
does. Like all those shops, like you might need the what?
You might need to open up the wallet, the pocketbook, get out the Visa.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say it sounds like one of those things that you just wouldn't be able to like experience all in one sitting.
No, and that's the thing. Like, the Gears guys that I know have done it multiple times. So this is like, I think their third time they're going over the course of the last few years. So in each time they do a little bit more. And there is a track house go-kart track that they've gone to now, which they've had last season or last year. I think they had like 15 to 20 Gears drivers out there for that, and it got pretty buck wild. I heard Nate ended up pretty messed up with his clothes and went through a wall over there. I don't know. I didn't see the video footage. I heard a lot about it through crying and laughter when the story was told. But definitely some good times here when you go on that little treat with Gears. Give me 1 second here.
Oh, busted.
Matt Albert now into 7th place, having a good run here since that pit stop. Bugaboo says the museum at RCR is very nice. I would imagine it is. Place at Earnhardt, I would say essentially built. 7 championships. On board with Steven Jr. Jr. not having a number on the side of his car. He really has to get that shit figured out, man. Last couple or most of the races this season, he's been good. This is the first race I think I've noticed that he hasn't had it. Really got to figure that out before he gets on, because now in the Gears rule book, I don't know if you know this, Andy, you get penalized for not having your number or having a wrong number. You get penalized for that.
Really?
That is not okay. Yep.
I didn't know that, I guess.
So, I mean, a lot of, some people may think that's ridiculous, but let's kick you a scenario, right? Let's say you're going to pit and you identify yourself as, let's say, Steven Jr., car number 29, going to pit. If your car door doesn't have a number on it, how the hell am I supposed to know you're the number 29?
Good point. And how would you know that they're about to make a turn into the pits or?
Right, and then you run them over, and then you get in trouble because whatever happened. And that's the thing. That's how our system works. Like, you get penalized for not having the proper identification. We really push on that. Jack the Gamer says, "Hey, hear me out for the next Gears race. Get next Gears get together, Rockingham Xfinity race." Yeah, maybe if I'm 3 sheets to the wind and feeling generous, maybe. It's not a bad idea, though. I can't blame you. Going out to the front, Aiden Donahue out in the front and commanding that lead. Eric Sable in second, Brad Gutierrez third, Mike DeWalt in fourth. Mike DeWalt a good way back. Chris Bishop trying to fight his way to get his lap back, currently in 31st. And I believe a lap, maybe 2 laps down. Fighting in between first, second, and third, picking off his moves. Yeah, he's only a lap down. So it looks like he's going to get that back right now and will be on the lead lap. Good moves here by the 41. Milwaukee Tools machine of Chris Bishop. Almost to the halfway point. We're going to get you another loose and loud here very shortly. These guys have done a great job as we are getting ready to go through our second pit stop, scheduled pit stops of the night. Again, like I said, 55-60, as I said before. They go about 45 laps, so I would imagine anybody from now to about lap 110, 115, you're going to see a fuel window here come into play. See the battle here right now. Looks like Kyle Munson is further back. Skylar Comstock is in 8th. Connor Rowe in 9th. This is currently 4-8th position. Right on board with the 5 machine. I don't know, Andy. I don't know. Did I show you the new shirts for Charlotte this week?
I think you did send that to me.
Okay.
I think you did, and I thought they were pretty sweet. They've been around for just a little bit, right?
Well, we couldn't drop it officially, right? Like we had to keep it kind of under wraps. So the shirts are official. They're on the website. I think $45. Mine got sent out today, which I am pumped. So I'm gonna get to wear that Friday night for the ARCA race. Yeah, it's got gears on the back, Peerless pumps on the front. Now, because it's Brayton's sponsor, I'm not going to make fun of Peerless Pumps because I could go all day with that. Andy, I think you know where I'm going with that, but we're not going to go there because we are professional. That's how we're going to do
That's what we tell people anyways.
That's what we tell them when we pitch our product. But yeah. So Peerless Pumps is on the front.
Yeah.
And Gears Racing League is on the back. Again, I'll show you that here in just a second one more time. Looks like Jesse Becker in the pits. Showtime Donahue and Sable on the front. Yeah, show you guys here one more time what that is. There's the shirts for Friday night for what you're going to see out of the pit crew, which, Andy, we're going to have to tune in for that race. Side by side, door banging. Go ahead.
Those are some slick shirts. Slick shirts is just what I wanted to say. I was kind of checking them out.
Slick shirts, slick. Very slick. And I don't mean slippery. 30 and the 82 side by side for position. Brad Gutierrez watching. Let's go on the nose cam for Brad and see what he sees on that 84 machine. Or machine, whatever, how Brad would say it.
Machine.
See cars to the inside of them coming out of pit lane. Pit cycle taking place, but this is the top 3 right now. These are the dogs that have been out front all night long, having about 3.5 second lead on this guy, Matt Albert. But Matt Albert going to take second place over with Michael DeWalt. Donahue out in front has about 3 seconds on these two big dogs. Kyle Munson right here. And Munson and the person in front of him, Mike DeWalt, teammates, and we have a caution.
You want something to drink? Yes, you'll take a Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
And it looks like, yeah, I could go for a Captain Morgan and Diet Coke. Let's see what happens. Looks like Florida Stewart came off track. Oh my, ever he did. Did he ever? Let's back that ass up and see what had happened here. Holy shit. And he was just coming out of pit road. Oh no, this is embarrassing. But we got to show it because this was the caution. Comes out, he's going to get up to speed. He's like, doo-doo-doo. He reminds me of Butterscotch. And he's just around, and that's it. That's it. That was the action, folks. and then he goes backwards, tries to get around so he doesn't hit his nose on that wall because it is precious here at Charlotte, and there goes the caution. Boom goes Dynamite. We'll watch it one more time so you all can react, and I don't know if you laugh or kind of giggle to yourself, but he's just coming out of pit lane. That's all he's doing right now. Just doing his thing, and I don't know if he just spun the tires. Again, Floyd, I got a lot of love for the 51, former Horse Boats Motorsports member, but you know, you see stuff like this and it's like, yeah, that's kind of why I released him. I'm just kidding. Totally joking. Again, as the season changes, the teams change, of course. I'm talking a lot of shit right now, but I say that in jest. Everybody coming back out trying to get their lap back. Aiden Donahue is going to lead them out on pit lane right now. A lot of these guys that you see right now, where the 82 is in front of them is a lap. That's all lap down traffic right there. Trying to get their laps back. Getting their reach arounds, wave arounds, excuse me. This might be a good time to advertise the San Gerardo Detentore 200 at Monza. And we're doing the oval, sponsored by yours truly, Horseboat, in 2 weeks on June 2nd, right here at Casa de la Horseboat. I don't know if you're going to get my POV or if we're going to broadcast it. Brayton Laster on the call on that night. I know he's going to be here for that. Again, on Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 2 weeks from tonight. Again, next week we have the week off because of the hangover of the Coke 600. Tomorrow night for Sprocket, I don't have the ad for that, but it's at Road America for the Road Soda 100 in the home state of Wisconsin. Be sure to be there, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, twitch.tv/Base Puppy, as Nate Williams is on the call, as he has been all year long, as race 1 of 5, the Sprocket Series is coming home for its season 2. And we have a lot of action from that. Again, Nate Williams on the call, twitch.tv/Base Puppy. Aiden Donahue, Mike DeWalt, Kyle Munson, Matt Albert, Connor Rowe, Skylar Comstock, Gary Owen, Jay Cook, Fortson Poston, and Travis Stroney riding the baloney pony. 82 having control in the Geico restart zone. Pace car is off, and we are getting back at it for the Coke 300, 200, 500, 900. Again, Coke 200 right here. Sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. Right here on twitch.tv. Again, Coke 300, just making a lot of it, doing a lot at one time. Kind of spaced out on what it was. Coke 300, of course. Again, 300 miles, 200 laps, over halfway home. Donahue, ever since he's been out here near the front, that Royal Blue machine just has not backed down. Has over a half second, and we're only a lap back under green. Brad Gutierrez back in 13th. We're right on board with him. Get a little taste and the flavor of what is going on here mid-pack. Get a lot of these guys thinking they might be able to do this in one more stop. If the math is mathin', they could be in for some very good luck. Right on board with Eric Sable again. Sable out on the pole, now back. He looks like what appears to be 12th. Go fucking loose and loud right now. Refuge Medical Training giving you all the action right here, right now. weekend. Now lap 123 of 200. Aiden Donahue out in front. Connor Rowe in second. Travis Stroney in third. Fortson Poston in fourth. Mike DeWalt in fifth. Eric Sable, Brad Gutierrez, Colby Hogan, Skylar Comstock, and Gary Owens rounding out your top 10, but under duress right now. And I'm Tom Corey, a.k.a. The Horse Boat. Alongside me here tonight, Andrew Beatsag, a.k.a. Trenoir, hopping in. And happy to have you along for the ride.
So, a face full of pizza when you messaged me. I'm glad
Yeah, you know, it's nice to have you there in case you need to be there. Thank you for watching, obviously. But again, good person to have in the booth here tonight. Stack Janton 98 again. Thank you for the follow. If I didn't mention before, if I did, I apologize. I'm old. So I might have forgot. Riding on board with Mike DeWalt right now, currently riding around in fifth. Qualified in the 11th position. Again, big thing that comes up when we talk about Mike is, you know, he is a good driver. Again, one of those guys when I joined the league early on in the early stages of joining their circle of friends, one of the best drivers I've ever come across. Insanely skilled, has talent for days, but again, measured against his peers, he seems to be right where he needs to be. You look up lack of wins, but yeah, but he's up there, top 10, top 5s. You can argue the guy is just a breakthrough away from dominating this league in every sense of the word. A win now has been harder to come by as it has been the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, surely.
Mike has always been a top 5, top 10 performer. If he could put it in here in victory lane here tonight, it would mean a lot to him. And we know that. We all know that. Brad Gutierrez making it 3 wide with Sable, Poston, and himself. Letting Jesus take the wheel on this one. Gary Owen getting involved. And this is a hairy situation for what? 4th? Watch from Skylar Comstock's 28th point of view. Again, approaching lap 129, Aiden Donahue, your leader. These guys trying to chase him down. I don't know if they're just holding back or what the deal is. Whoa. RGR teammates, they're linking up down on the bottom line, 28 and the 84. But Donahue looks like, if it is what it is right now, gets win number 4. And Monza 2 weeks from tonight, I'm looking forward to that. Again, I've debated on whether or not I'm going to race it. Brayton Laster has already volunteered his services for commentating. And he said he would commentate while I'm in the car.
For Monza?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So if that works out, I may even do a VR here. So you guys can tag along and have a good time with me. Again, I paid my money to be a part of this. I want to race it once. Monza's my track, dude. I love that track. Andy, I don't know. Have you ever done Monza Oval with us?
I have not.
Dude, it's insane. It's thoroughly insane. If you don't have the track, we'll have to get it for you. Track is a gas, man. A couple of, we have a TikTok on there. Again, Andrew Allen, he's probably not going to want to hear about this one. But I think last year at Monza, he actually left the league at one point because he hit. So in turn 1 and 2, there's a wall there. separates into the oval and to the road course. And if you hit that partition, you're fucked. Like, your car's dead. Like, you're done. So the dude hits the wall, flips over upside down. He is out in the track. Some other dude comes up and hits him head first and launches him into fucking space. I shit you not. It is one of the funniest TikToks I think we've ever made. It is underrated if you've never seen it. Yeah, it is really, really funny. Something I'll probably have to share with you later. Again, I'm one of those guys who championed for Monza. Looks like 82 battling with fellow TH Designs driver. I don't know who the hell that is. I can't make it out. Bugboo says, "Go Storm, y'all making moves." She says, "Y'all making moves." She said. We're talking about Team Storm. We're talking about Jesse Becker and Christian Taylor. Tag teaming it, raw dogging it. Showing up in the top 20 tonight will be strong for Team Storm. And the sponsors of last week's race. Appreciate them, of course. Here we go right now. You're looking at a battle for 7th through about 11th. Biggest movers tonight, we have two. We have the 61 of Matt Albert and the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. Both drivers very skilled here at Charlotte. And how crazy would it be for Matt Albert to come out here and win this race? Or hell, even a top 3, get a podium finish. Top 10. Has not been racing with us in a long time. And if you know anything about Matt Albert, he's been in this league a long time. And to see the 61 back out on the racetrack is certainly something that's pretty fucking awesome. So welcome back, Matt. Happy to have you, bro.
NASCAR, yeah!
See all jockey for position here again. This is all inside the top 10. Battles, battles, battles. Gary Owen now moving up in a second, trying to work around Connor Rowe. This is a battle for second, side by side. As Aiden Donnie has a 3-second lead on the pair of these gents. Eric Sable leading this secondary group. Again, I'll put it out there at Monza 2 weeks from tonight. The St. Gerardo de Tentore 200 at Monza. Again, I sponsoring that one. Yours truly. Looking forward to that. Monza is going to be pretty cool. Some of these drivers, they love it. You know, I think some drivers love it, but they hate it because it's a points race, right, Trent? But at the end of the day, it's still a fun track that we all get together and do. And a track that, for the most part, everybody kind of loves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to be coming and hanging out with you guys to watch that. I don't know if I'll race. Maybe I'll hop in the car with you guys and take some laps. But I'll definitely be hanging out.
Yeah, we'll probably, during the off week, we might get a private session of that just so people can get comfortable racing 2x2. It gets super tight, but it is considered what we call a super speedway. we do sometimes. We take the free Cadillac cars that they have in this game, put them in at night, so all you see is headlights and taillights because there's no lights around the track. And that is pretty amazing. It is so much fun. Again, almost 150 laps in. Aiden Donahue, Gary Owen, Connor Rowe, Skylar Comstock, and Eric Sable, your top 5. Kyle Munson, Matt Albert, Jay Cook, Brad Gutierrez, and Mike DeWalt rounding out your top 10 currently. We are getting close to 50 laps to go. Will we have a repeat winner? Will Aiden Donahue be a 4-time winner this season? I'd like to say that's a record, but it isn't. Will Gary Owen get win number 1 this year? They are coming up now in the next 10 laps, 10 to 15 laps or so. They're going to be getting close to their fuel run, so keep an eye on that. We'll see the pit cycle one more time. Oh, 61 of the 9 getting loose. Eric Sable going for a ride, and we're going to have a caution.
Boy, that's going to change things up a little bit. Everybody just went squirrely.
It just got buck wild. Again, Jason Harrison going for a ride. We saw it live, but let's replay that and see what we can get out of it. Run this at full speed. Looks like 61, yeah. Cashed out on the 9. Oh, and the 30, pole sitter Eric Sable getting smoked in that as well. Let's take a look at the 30 car and see if he's going to be all right, if he's able to recover. And you see the 9 try to keep it and was able to do it for just a moment. But the 84 Brad Gutierrez just tapped him again, totally unintentional. But head first goes to the 30 car. Looks like the 9 is going to be able to, I believe, save his car, and he's going to be all right. But that 30 car looks fucked with a capital F.
Swoosh.
Looks like he's riding down pit road right now to try to get that figured out. That's going to be tough for him, and I feel bad. I mean, he was up front. He's a pole sitter here tonight. To get played out like that certainly sucks for him and his team. But again, I do believe the 4th or 5th caution here tonight. Excuse me, 5th. Good race here so far. When we get to green flag action again, we should be about 50 laps to go to home. Again, one of our longer races of the year, but one of the better races on the schedule. Again, 2 weeks from tonight, you're going to have Monza, and then the week after that, you're going to have Darlington. So it starts to heat up as the playoffs start to get closer and closer. And we are happy as hell to bring you all the action here live all season long.
Another one.
So that's going to shake things up a little bit, huh, Tom? Caution?
Yeah, a little bit. Going to get everybody settled here. But again, this is very interesting. Now, Trent, if you think about it, I don't know if you're here for it on the pre-race show. These drivers have about 45 laps worth of fuel. So right now, they're still going to be a bit short. So they may have to stop one more time.
Okay.
So it's going to make things really, really crazy, I would imagine, here towards the end, which I am 100% on board for.
Well, I mean, I'd sure love to see some people run out of gas.
I mean, I think we all would.
It's kind of just fun to see them slowly crawl to a stop.
Like, oh shit, what happened to them? Oh, you know. But all right, as we get back to green flag action, Aiden Donahue, Gary Owen, row 1, Connor Rowe, Skylar Comstock, row 2, Brad Gutierrez, Mike DeWalt, row 3, Fortson Poston, Jesse Becker, row 4, row 5, rounding out your top 10, Blake Snyder and Christian Taylor.
Check that. Not one to go yet.
Looks like they're not going to go, so they're going to go around one more time. And when we go back green flag racing, there'll be 51 laps to go. Pitting is going to be definitely an issue. Now, you and I are both not experts when it comes to when you do it. But now it's not if, it's when you pit. Do you pit right away? You get a couple laps in under green, you're like dipping into pit. Do you wait till it's the last few laps of the race and then you dip and pit? For me, if I'm up near the front, I'm following the leader. I know he ain't gonna make it. I ain't gonna make it either. But if I follow him, that probably gives me the best chance to win. Am I thinking wrong in that logic, Trent?
No, I don't think you're thinking wrong in that logic at all. It's kind of really
Monkey see, monkey
gambles,
do.
right? I mean, yeah, I mean, like, if somebody heads in quickly, do they follow and try to make sure they have someone to run with? It's like there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, definitely. But we don't have to answer for that just yet. As pace car lights are off, 82 having control in the Geico restart zone. Coke 300 sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. Back at it right here on twitch.tv. Looks like that outside lane just did not get going. Everybody got a little scrambled there, so that'll be fun to look at on the back end.
Another one.
Bang in mid-pack there, about 10. Travis Stroney hitting the wall. Looks like Hitzman, the 19. Oh my God, what is going on? Circle jerk in turn 3 and 4. That is crazy. What is going on with this cloudy effect? I have to see this car. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about too.
That 7 car looks like somebody forgot to buff the wax off that thing. They're like, dude, fuck it, we're too late. We gotta go racing. I'm like, well, we didn't get the wax off here yet. Shit, too late. Speaking of too late, we didn't see it, but it happened. Connor Rowe, your new leader.
Oh my God, just shake that ass, shake that ass, shake that ass.
Connor Rowe out in front, that red, white, blue chew machine. Number 5 Ford Mustang leading the lap, getting a bonus point. Here we go, Connor Rowe. I don't know if you've seen that funny meme trend. He won last week, I believe. And there's a meme out there that says, you just got beat by Connor Rowe, and it's him when he was younger in some big, giant cowboy hat, and it's hilarious.
That's funny. No, I have not seen that.
I wish you could share images in the chat because I would find it and post it. It is hysterical. Comstock giving Fortson Poston some love, and this is for 4. Don't look now. Jesse Becker, Christian Taylor right here fighting for inside that top 10. for Storm Motorsports, Jay Cook, trying to rain on that parade. Now, as we talk about a lot every week on this show, when you run the outside line, the right front, oh, we see the 11 take the 96 out to the cleaners.
Any static, like somebody was keying up on your
Oh
radio.
boy.
Holy shit, Batman.
Oh, that's a rough hit.
That got Buck Wild in a hurry. That's crazy that we were right here for it. Hold on, let's back that ass up, see what we can see. Let's just see what happened. Looks like Min Hang trying to look to the inside. Just clips him. Ever so gently takes down the 23. Is that the 23 or the 83? Justin Potts, I believe. Yeah, that is the 83. So he gets involved. He gets hurt in the fray. And it looks like, oh, so does the 8 of Keaton Salyers. That is unfortunate for him. Yikes, dude. That is a sad situation if you're out
Like they
there.
couldn't get out of each other's way.
Yeah, and Min, I know Min Hang, he's aggressive. Don't get me wrong, he's an aggressive driver, but he is in no way a dirty driver.
No.
So it's unfortunate. It looks like Christian was able to get back going around. So that is good for him and his team. Obviously not good for the team as he was currently running up near the front, near 10th. So that'll change things a little bit. Again, now if you pit, I don't think you have to worry about fuel at all. You can run it all the way down. It's about your tire wear at that point. So now if you're looking at that caution, if you're running to the front, you're like, oh, thank God. Now I don't have to worry about pitting again. This could be your saving grace. But if you still feel like you're going to be short, what do you do?
It's really on the edge right now, right? I mean,
We are definitely on that edge. We are teetering on the edge. Track position looks like, from what I can tell, has been pretty important. If you fall back, it seems to be harder to pass to get up towards the front. Charlotte typically is, you wouldn't think of it, but it is a place where you can pass, but you have to be smart on where you do it.
cars are looking nice tonight. So's the stream, man. Looks real good.
The red, white, and blue theme cars tonight have been exquisite. A lot of these drivers following suit and doing that. We appreciate that. I think that's super cool, and it brings a little flavor here to the program. Again, Connor Rowe, Fortson Poston, row 1. Skylar Comstock, Blake Snyder, row 2. Mike DeWalt, Aiden Donahue, row 3. Jesse Becker, Gary Owen, row 4, with Brad Gutierrez and Jay Cook rounding out your top 10 and in row 5. Pace car lights are off. These guys are going to cozy up and get ready to go back. Green flag racing right here, right meow. Connor Rowe in that 5, red, white, and blue machine. Blue chew. I don't need that, but if you got issues, take that shit. Get you like a rock, like a GMC commercial sponsored by Bob Seeger. Here we go. Green flag racing, Coke 300 sponsored by Refuge Medical. big
Question
shout
is,
out.
are we gonna get spicy right away, or?
I think, these guys are borderline at best here. Whether they should make it on fuel, they may be a lap or two to the good. But another caution, you may see a lot of these guys dipping in to pit road just to be certain because they're paranoid. That would be me, raising my hand. Connor Rowe never won a Gears Cup Series race, has been in the league over 2 years now. Will tonight be the night? Aiden Donahue pursuing right behind him, fellow teammate Blake Schneider right there as well. Again, one of these more coveted races of the season. You win this one, it means a lot. Again, Monza in 2 weeks, that's going to be crazy if you can win that thing, because it's going to be wild. Everybody knows that. For the Coke 300, again, one of the longest races on the Gears Cup Series schedule. If you can win this one, this shows how dedicated to the craft you are. Riding on board with Brad Gutierrez.
Such a great view.
Love the hood view. Seeing some hood, hopefully get some dome.
Getting a little spicy in the.
Brad Gutierrez currently now in 8th. That Carvana 84 having a good night. Again, qualified in 34th. Having a good night. Another guy having a good night, qualified in 23rd, now currently in 9th. Jonathan Militia. All over the back end of that 84, but again, having a good night. Militia again, the spotter for Brayton Lasker for the General Tire 150 at Charlotte here Friday night. It's going to be pretty dope. Again, fellow Gears employee, Gears owner. Going to be in that spotting box for the first time for an ARCA Series driver. Jonathan Militia is. I don't know if I wasn't supposed to share that information or not. I don't give a shit. I'm proud of him because he can do it. He's good at it. Rumor has it I might be the one doing it for him at Madison in August. Which I don't know if I'll make him cry and crash the car because he's pissing his pants because I'm making him laugh. I'll have to discuss that. And Militia making his move, passing Brad Gutierrez, now passing fellow Road Soda teammate Mike DeWalt on the outside. Gonna make it twerk. Moving up in 7th. Getting into the closing laps of the Coke 300 has been a thrilling one to say the least. Giddy up. Side by side here, Skylar Comstock and Jonathan Militia. This is for 6th place. Militia going to make a stick to the inside. Now he sets his sights on Gary Owen. By obligation, our sponsor here tonight, Refuge Medical Training, will give you one more loose and loud here tonight. We are in the home stretch of the Coke 300. Here you go, loose and loud, sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. Bringing you back in now from a loose and loud. Again, I'm Tom Torrey, alongside with me, Andrew Bisag, a.k.a. Trenoir, again, breaking down the Coke 300 new leader here on the track, Jonathan Militia in the 69. Out in front, Gary Owen competing for that position as well, going to lead that lap. Again, both these guys have not won this season in the Cup Series. How cool it would be if one of these two guys brought it home. Having about 1.5 seconds on the rest of the group. To go.
Caution.
And we have a caution.
Correct. I can't see shit.
Caution is out. It looks like Nicholas Van Heber, Matt Albert, Josh Cole, all involved in this. Let's back that ass up. Let's find out what happened here. See it full time. Oh. Min Hang, Mike DeWalt, Matt Albert, Blake Schneider, a bunch of people involved on this one. Let's back it up. Again, they were tight through there. We saw this. The 4, Van Hemer right there in the middle, that A&W root beer. You have the 43 of Josh Cole. You have the 11 of Min Hang, Kyle Munson, and the Ally machine in the back, Black machine of Matt Albert. What breaks down here is the 4 taps ever so gently the 43. 43 gets into the 11. Menage a trois of pain. Both these dudes get in there. Matt just gets nicked by Min Hang. I don't know if that was a, what do they call it? Well, anyways, 6 and 43 connect. Looks like there. The 5, Connor Rowe, 38 involved. All these other guys just breaking to try to avoid it. Yeah, this is nutty. This is nuttier than Skippy peanut butter. But it looks like everybody made it out mostly. But your leader right now is a guy that doesn't have a number on the side of his car, and that's Steven Jr., Trent. 17 to go. It has got nutty. Steven Jr. must have enough to make it to the end. Just saying he is the leader outright. So if you had that on your bingo card here tonight, you are a lucky winner. Leading laps. And out in front, I don't know if he's going to pit this time or not, but that is pretty impressive. Yeah, Steven Jr., I think, has gently improved in his time in gears. Now, car design, he's gotten better, but putting the number on the car, he's still the same at. You're going to have to improve there. But other than that, you know, he has improved his racecraft and really proven that he belongs in gears. And he's not going to be in front like this you'll see every week. But he's definitely the dog, and he's got that fight in him.
Dividing them. Oh, whoa.
Outside of him in row 1 is going to be Gary Owen, row 2, Jonathan Militia and Aiden Donahue, row 3, Brad Gutierrez and Jay Cook, row 4, Mike DeWalt and Kyle Munson, and row 5, rounding out your top 10, Skylar Comstock and Connor Rowe. Again, this is race 11 of 25, second half of our regular season beginning. This is the time to rise right now. If you haven't gotten your first win, it'd be wise to get it right here, right now. 15 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. I am every bit as excited as I would imagine Trent is as we get ready to close this thing out here tonight. Post-race show to follow, and then a week off for us. Trisha says, and I find myself here in the chat, love your stream, but I don't want to be here during the race. I totally get it. I'm sorry to hear it. My pain is your pain, and I feel it. It's been there all too many times before. Steven Jr., the 29, or should I say the numberless car, going to lead us back to green flag racing.
Green flag.
Here we go. Steven Jr., Gary Owen side by side going into one. Jonathan Militia, Gary Owen right behind him. Trying to bring this thing home. 14 laps to go. Again, the Canadian sensation in the 87. But it looks like with all the battling going on right now, we are not done with the caution. One of these guys going home in a body bag. Maybe more. Maybe it's the one with the turtle wax on the car. I don't know. Looks like Mike DeWalt hit the wall ever so gently, coming out of 2 right there. Brad Gutierrez worked his way back up into 3rd. Aiden Donahue in 2nd. Pursuing the leader right now, that is the 87 of Gary Owen. 12 laps to go. Go, Gary, go, Meyer Motorsports says. Big supporter there. Donahue past the inside, he has taken the lead. Donahue is such a strong car every week. Destined for greatness, trying to get win number 4 here tonight. As it is 10 laps to go. Again, Coke 300 going to conclude here tonight. And then we'll have a week off and then resume festivities back on June 2nd at Monza. Right on board with the 69 and 4th, Jonathan Militia. He gave up the lead pretty easily, which leads me to believe that he may have some form here at the end. Yes, I agree 100%. I think Gary is saving as well. Donahue's trying to get gone. Gary Owen. Again, both these guys are very skilled, so it wouldn't surprise me what one or the other were doing. But I don't know. Maybe we're not done with cautions. Looks like everybody's got spread out, but not quite here. We might see some other travesties here tonight. These guys are not done fighting. Guys are tucked in right behind Donahue, not letting him get away. Militia scraping the wall going into 3. This is a battle with 5 laps to go. Brad Gutierrez getting around Gary Owen now. Looks like this is heading towards a 1v. Whoa! Jay Cook, Jonathan Militia,
whenever you can, but doing a really good job. Tell me about your race
and
car when you
Fortson
can.
Posted. Excuse me, not Fortson Posted, but somebody else is eating shit. Skylar Comstock. Holy shit, dude. And we just got a re-rack here, my friends. Let's watch it from the meandyourmom.com blimp cam. Again, use promo code DVDA on your first checkout. Let's see. You see the 94, the 28, the 69, all in an orgy of trouble here coming out of 4. Looks like 94 of Jay Cook just got loose and collected the 28 and the 69, dashing their hopes of trying to redeem victory here. Boom, boom, boom. 69 looks like he's going to get away okay. But the 28 looks fucked up for sure. Let's back that ass up one more time. Like seeing that, and we'll try to sit there with the 28, get kind of his perspective there. Running alongside him again. This is battling towards the end. 5 laps to go. 94 of Jay Cook. Just getting a little bit below that blue line. And if you do that, that's going to make your car all sorts of out of whack. Your momentum shifts and everything just works against you. Comstock has nowhere to go. Neither does Jonathan Militia. Militia kind of plows his way through it. But Comstock, as you see the hood, the cotter pins coming up off of the hood of that Budweiser machine. And ladies and gentlemen, that car is fucked.
F-U-C-K-A-D, fucked.
For sure. He is in pit lane right now. Aiden Donahue still your leader as we are coming towards the end of this race. Again, as I mentioned before, we're going to have a week off. But when we come back, I'm excited again. Not sure if you're going to get my POV or what the deal is going to be. But the St. Gerardo de Tentore 200 at Monza, sponsored by Horseboat. Yours truly in 2 weeks at Monza. I am so excited. Again, we're doing the oval. We're not doing the road course. It's going to be exciting. This is year 2 or year 3 of us putting this on. Has been a blast every time we do it. Come on out, see the fun. Again, I will be here calling all of it. Braden Laster should be here. Maybe even Trenoir will get in here 2 weeks from tonight right here at twitch.tv/horseboats.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Brandon Meyer says, Monza, maybe I'll return. Can't have you boys coming and going at free will. You're going to have to either come or go. We love you. You got to either join or just go. It's all good. We get it. We love you. We understand. Some people just can't race with others. It's okay. Not saying that's the case here. Just saying. Brad Gutierrez, Aiden Donahue, Gary Owen, Jonathan Militia, Kyle Munson, Keaton Salyers, Fortson Poston, Jesse Becker, Colby Hogan, Matt Albert, your top 10. And as we are getting set to go back. Green flag racing right here, right now. Pace car lights are off. Pace car is down pit road. 82, 84. Face off here. 3 laps to go. Green, white checkers. Here it comes. Donahue with a great start. 87 in hot pursuit. They get around to the white flag. This one is in the books. I don't know if they will. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Whoa.
Kyle Munson, Fortson, Poston, Jonathan Militia, they are all fighting, but it looks like we're going to get there. White flag is out here for the Coke 300, sponsored by Refuge Medical Training. Oh, we got crashes all over the track. 82 and the 87, 3 and 4.
And there they go, and there they go, and there they go.
Yeah, they did. They paired off for square dancing for sure, but your winner 4 times over here this season going to be Aiden Donahue in that 82 machine. Congratulations, winner of the Coke 300.
I pop that ass now, shake that ass, did you with this shit, with this shit, with this shit, bitch, I pop that ass now,
Aiden
shake
Donahue,
that ass,
Gary Owen, and Brad Gutierrez, Forson Poston, Jesse Becker, Colby Hogan, Travis Stroney, Matt Albert, Jacob Malone, and Joseph Edwright. Your top 10 unofficially here tonight for the Coke 300. He's going to burn it down. We're going to get our interview set up right here for the Gears Cup Series post-race show, sponsored by Refuge Medical Training.
Right lane, my window rolled down in the right frame. Bring that honey home, yeah, she that nasty thing. Getting back shots and them cheeks clapping, make my pee-pee sing. I pop that ass now, shake that ass, get you with this shit, with this shit, with this shit, bitch. I pop that ass now, shake that ass, getting sick with it, sick with it, sick with it. I look ahead and see a mommy in my left lane. Thinking about taking her back to my place and giving her the brain. Bought them rubber sheets last night so we don't make a stain. My baby looking big like a commercial crane, bitch. I pop that ass now, shake that ass, get you with this shit, with this shit, with this shit, bitch. I pop that ass now, shake that ass, getting sick with it, sick with it, sick with it. Yo, gotta look ahead and see a mommy in my left lane. Thinking about taking her back to my place and giving her the brain. Bought them rubber sheets last night so we don't make a stain. My BP looking big like a commercial crane, bitch. I pop that ass, see a mommy in my left lane. Thinking about taking her back to my place and giving her the brain. Bought them rubber sheets last night so we don't make a stain. My BP looking big like a commercial crane. Come back to me and sit on my face, bitch. Come back to me and sit on my face, bitch. Come back to me and sit on my face, bitch. Come back to me and sit on my face, bitch. I'm talking about Daytona, when cars go fast. I'm talking about Daytona, make that passing the grass. I'm talking about Daytona, here's our
Sounds like a plan.
All right, coming back with the Gears Cup Series post-race show. Looks like we got a couple of people here for that. Looks like Aiden Donahue, Gary Owen, Brad Gutierrez, your top 3 tonight. Up there we go. Finally getting our 3. Our first person we're talking to, Brad Gutierrez, here tonight. Brad, welcome to the program. Finishing in 3rd. Had a good run here tonight. Started 34th, but finished 3rd. How are you feeling after tonight's run here, sir?
A little disappointed, not gonna lie. I feel like I had one of, if not the best car, and at the end there, I was so gonna catch Aiden. until they decided to wreck, and that kind of gave Aiden the win. Once as the lead car on a restart, especially on one of those final restarts, where you just have such an advantage then.
Oh,
And,
sure.
I mean, plus I turned myself into the wall for whatever reason, but I don't know. It's just disappointing. Third place. It's good to have podium, but could have been first.
Well, third place finish is nothing to bitch about, especially with how competitive that race was. Anybody want to give a shout out here too tonight?
Yeah. You guys up in the booth that put these on, the admins, gears as a whole. My RGR guy, Skyler, had a good run going, and unfortunate circumstances is just find his way all the time, and it's just such a shame. Gary, I was trying to help him there in the last run, trying to get him to Aiden, but it's just not much we can really do when Aiden's a really good driver. So, finishing third or second to both of them, that's something to be proud of.
Yo, man, shit happens when you party naked, but you had a good run. It started in 34th, finishing in third. I don't think there's much you got to yell about. Congratulations, man, on third, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Monza.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Racing against you should be fun.
Oh, dude, I'm going to kick your ass. Put you in the wall.
Yeah, you think so? I think so. Let's
We'll
bet on
see.
it. Let's bet on
We'll
it.
see.
$10. Whoever finishes
bet.
in front of who. Let's do it.
Oh, dude, I beat you last year. Am I right?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
We need to go
No,
back
you
in the
didn't.
archive. We're going to go back in the archive. We're going to talk about that before
Let's
I
do
tee
it.
up that show. But, yeah, congratulations on the third. We'll talk later about that one.
Okay, all right, man.
Love me some Brad Gutierrez in the 84 Carvana. Again, a guy, Andy, you can tell he's got great competitive spirit, right? Like, he's just a guy that he's always willing to go after it, and, he's more than willing to, I don't know. I'm not going to
Well, yeah, and he's a good sport.
Yeah, he's a very good sport. Finishing in second here tonight, another good sport, Canadian sensation, Gary Owen. Gary, welcome to the program. Started in 10th, finishing in second. You were near the front for most of the evening. Led a few laps. How are you feeling after tonight's run?
Man, I feel good, but I'm a little bit disappointed because if we didn't have that caution with 15 to go, we had that gone. It was easy. I was cruising at that point. And then we got that caution there. It just kind of sucked, but we made the right call. We took 4 tires, and I think I made a mistake there. I pushed a little bit too hard maybe in the first 4 or 5 laps, and Aiden he had just a little bit more than I did at the end. But can't complain. P2, a lot of the field made it easy. They just they couldn't help themselves. They destroyed their tires every run, and then I just blow by them 20 laps later. So, but yeah, great points day as well.
Yeah, you said it most. Most of these drivers understand the complexity of how to take care of your tires. Some of these drivers do not, and it depends, on track to track. You're certainly right about that. Again, P2, good finish in second. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
As usual, I'll shout out to my parents, my mom, dad. They're watching the broadcast, twitch.tv, xhorseboatx, by the way. And as well, my YouTube chat, they come out and support big time. We had 80 viewers watching this race tonight, so big shout out to them.
Ooh, well, that is amazing. I do appreciate shouting me out there over there on your channel on YouTube. Again, big fan of Gary Owen finishing in second place. Still waiting on that win. We're going to have to do some celebrating if that happens. But again, congratulations on a P2 here tonight at Charlotte.
I would have loved to spoil the whole patriotic night with a Canadian winning, but we'll have to wait. So
you already kicked
thank
your
you
ass
guys.
in hockey. Let it go.
Yeah, there you go.
Good Lord. Again, congratulations. P2 here tonight for Gary Owen. Again, always a pleasure to have him on the program. And here we go, our winner, win number 4 on the year. Aiden Donahue, how are you feeling, good sir?
I got my next gen win finally. I'm very happy. I love this racetrack. We have all the patriotic paint schemes. Man, what a race with Gary and Brad at the end, and even Brad and Eric in the beginning. But they kind of got messed up with a caution there. But wow, what a race!
Yeah, it seemed like you had threats there all the way up until the end, but that last restart, you had a good jump. You never looked back, taking win number 4. And honestly, you got to be a contender for the lead now if you weren't before. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, of course, to give a shout out to, again, my Showtime Army for tuning in. We did it. We won the Coca-Cola 300, I guess is what it's called. And shout out to you guys in the league. Honestly, you especially Thomas, you commentate very well and keep it fun. You're not like a super serious commentator, but you are at the same time. So you do a really good balance, really good job with that, especially with your chat and stuff. Nonetheless, of course, shout out to my fiance. We're going to Charlotte this Sunday, so cool to win here before you go there. But yeah, it's cool. I'm just happy. Shout out to everybody that watches me, honestly.
Well, it's awesome, man. Again, win number 4. You're a great addition to our league. We're happy to have you. Again, if you are out there at Charlotte this weekend, we have a ton of Gears drivers that are going to be out there. Our president, Mike DeWalt, will be on site. Again, we will be premiering our car. Again, I will show that off here one more time. But again, congratulations to you, Aiden. I know, you are an emerging contender here for this series, and couldn't be prouder and happier to have you. So again, congratulations on a win here tonight.
Thank you very much. That means a lot. You guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you, Aiden. Again, Aiden, always awesome to have on the program. Looking high above in your meandyourmom.com blimp cam. Looks like Cheery 2008 with the latest follow, bringing us up to 619 tonight. That is amazing as well. We're going to bring it back one more time just so you guys can see this and what is going on with what's happening with Brayton Laster. So Brayton Laster, again, we are on their car here for this weekend. Again, our continued partnership with them for the Gears Racing League for the General Tire 150 at Charlotte, May 23rd. Again, race is at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central on Fox Sports 1. Make sure you tune in for that. Again, give Brayton Laster a follow. Again, we are on the car. We are excited as hell to be there on the car here for this weekend's event. Friday night, we are on the hood for the 06, and we are excited to be there. Get BraytonLaster.com. Pick up your shirts, all the Gears paraphernalia you can find. Again, love Brayton Laster. Appreciate all of his support. Again, for Andrew B. Sag, a.k.a. Trenoir, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, wishing you a wonderful Monday evening, a wonderful work week. Again, we are off this upcoming week, but the following week, June 2nd, we have the St. Gerardo de Tentore 200 at Monza, sponsored by yours truly, Horseboat and HB Media for that event. Again, I will be live, either giving you my POV or on the call with Brayton Laster and Andrew Bisag. Again, I wish you all a wonderful evening, and we will see you on the flip side in 2 weeks. Go to Charlotte, meet our people. Have a good day.